Okay, so now that we have our add command and our play command, what I'm going to show you now how to do is create a search command which lists out the top 10 search results that you can then choose from to add to the queue so that you can more accurately specify which video exactly that you want. So let's jump right into it. First of all, we can just copy the commands.command thing and we will paste it right under the add command. We're going to say search alias of find, and we'll also do SR for search. Then we can come down here and we can say async def search, and we're going to pass in self, ctx, and asterisk args. Again, the asterisk args is for taking in as many arguments as necessary. If you didn't put the asterisks in there, it would only take in the first argument. So then we are going to say, same thing as up here, we're just going to do search equals space dot join args. And this is, again, combining the array into a string. Then we're going to say song names equals an array, an empty array. Then we're also going to say selection options equals an empty array as well. And this will be for our selection box. We're going to have a drop-down menu for the songs. And then we'll also have our embed text equal an empty string, and this will be the text that is put in our embed. So then we're just gonna say if not args, so if no arguments are given, we're gonna await ctx.send and say you must specify search terms to use this command, and we're gonna return after that. Then we're going to, after this, say try, and we're gonna try for user channel equals ctx.author.voice.channel, and this is basically checking to see if the user is in a voice channel when they call the command. So with except, so if they aren't in a channel, then we're gonna await ctx.send you must be connected to a voice channel, and then we're going to return here as well. Then we can, after this, await ctx.send, and we're going to say fetching search results, and then ... Once the person is definitely in a VC and also has specified arguments to put in, we're just going to tell them that they're waiting for search results, because it does take some time to get the search results out. Then we're going to say song tokens equals self.search yt for search. And then, so remember, with this search yt function, if I can find it, yes, search yt, it takes in search, it gets the tokens for the song. So if you go to any YouTube video, it will have this song token up at the top, and this is what is being returned by the search yt function. And then it returns the top 10 results. So what we were doing before was we were just taking the first result, but now we're just going to take the entire 10 results. So then we're going to say for I comma token in enumerate song tokens, and this is basically just saying I is going to be the index of the song token and token is going to be the actual value there. We're going to say that the URL equals, and then this standard string of youtube.com/watch $v equals plus token, and then we're going to say name equals self.get yt title. And actually we haven't made this function yet, so we're going to do this real quick. So we're going to make a function that will just get the YouTube title. So we'll do that right above search yt, and we're going to say def get yt title, and then we're going to pass in self and video ID, we're going to say params equals, these parameters right here are going to be what we have. So it's format JSON URL equals this standard URL plus video ID. Then we are going to say URL equals this URL, and I'll put all of this in the description. And then we're going to say query string equals parse.url encode params. Then we're going to say URL equals URL plus a question mark plus query string, and then with request.url open URL as response text equals response dot read, and then we're going to say data equals json dot loads, and then response text dot decode, and then we're going to return data at title. So this is a lot, and I'm going to try to explain it to you. So this URL right here, it's the link to the video. And so we're using params, and we're encoding params, and then we're saying this link plus a question mark plus whatever the parameters encoded was. So basically we're just getting the video ID for this. Then with this URL, we're opening the URL and we're writing it to a JSON file, and then we're getting the title from the JSON file. So hopefully I explained that well. I'll put this link stuff in the description so that you can see it. So back down to the search command, we now have get YT title for the token. And then once we have the name here, we can say song names dot append name. So we're gonna append this name to the song names array up here. And then after that, we can say embed text plus equals, and we're going to format the string I plus 1 in here, and then a dash, and then we're going to do that link thing that we did before with name first of the song. Then we're going to do parentheses and type in the URL. So remember, with this, the brackets are able to be variables because of this F right here. And then in the normal brackets and the parentheses, this is used for a link. So the name is going to be in the normal brackets, and that will be the displayed text, and the URL will be whatever the link forwards to. And I plus 1 is just going to be the index of whatever this is plus 1, because indices start at 0, but we want to say song 1 is this song, song 2 is this song, instead of starting at song 0. So then once we're done with this for loop, we're going to do another for loop, and we're going to say for I and title in enumerate song names. We're going to do selection options dot append, and then we're going to do select option. And remember, this is what we imported up here a while ago from Discord components. So these are going to allow us to display cooler ways for the user to interact with our bot. A select option will basically just be a drop-down menu. So we're going to make a big drop-down menu of songs that are going to be then selectable. So in this select option, we're going to open some parentheses and enter here. We're going to say label equals, and then we're going to format the text again, I plus 1, and then a dash, and then we're going to do title. And the selection options only allow you to do up to a certain length of the string. So we're just going to do the first 95, or sorry, everything before the first 95 characters in this title. Close the bracket. And then that is going to be it for that. And then we're just going to do comma value equals I. So the label is the text that's going to be displayed and selectable. So it's just going to be 1 and then the song title, or whatever the index of the song is, and then the song title. And then for the value, that is actually what the output of the select option will be. So we're just going to have the value unique to each song. In the first value, it'll be 0, and so on and so on. So then down below this, we're going to do search results equals discord.embed. And remember, we're making another embed, so we're going to do title equals search results. And then we're going to do comma enter and say description equals embed text. And that was all of the song names that we added to here. And then we're going to say color, and remember it's with a U, self.embed red, because we're still adding the song, so I'm just going to keep it simple and make red for anything where you're adding. Then we're going to do selection components equals an array. And this will basically be all of the components in our drop-down menu. So we're going to say select, and then open parentheses, we're going to do placeholder, select an option. And this is basically the text that displays before you've clicked the drop-down menu. And we're also going to say options equals selection options. Oh, and put a comma right here. So this is basically making our selection menu. And then we're also going to put a button, and this button will be our cancel button. So we're going to say label equals cancel, custom ID equals cancel, and style equals 4. So this is just the label of the button, what you'll see in the text. Custom ID will use this to identify if that the button is a cancel button later. And we're also going to say style equals 4, and that'll just make the button look red. And make sure to put commas after these too. So then once we're done with the selection components, we want to say message equals await ctx.send embed equals search results. Boom. So that will be our embed that we just made. And then we're going to do comma space components equals selection components. So this will show our embed first and then our selection components second. So then after this, we're going to say try. And then we have a list of tasks that we're going to try. So first of all, we're going to say tasks equals an array. And first off, we're going to say async io.create task self.bot.wait for, and then we're going to say button click. So this will be a list of tasks for two things. We're going to check if the cancel button is clicked, and we're also checking if the drop-down menu is selected. These will be running simultaneously, which is why we need to create this array and do a little workaround. Then we're going to say timeout equals 60.0, and this is basically the seconds that it'll take before the thing kind of cancels on its own. And we're going to say check equals none. Then after this, we can put a comma after this parenthesis right here, and we're going to say name equals button. So this is our entire thing. We're doing create task. This is self.bot.wait for all of this stuff. And then in the task itself, we're doing name equals button. So then let's put a comma after this parenthesis and do another task for the drop-down menu. We're going to do async io.create task. And then we're going to say self.bot.wait for. And then do another parenthesis and say select option, comma, enter, time out equals 60.0. And then we're also going to do check equals none. And then after this parenthesis right here, we're also going to say name equals select. So there we have it. These are our two tasks that we're going to run. So it's checking for the cancel button, and it's also checking for the drop-down menu. and seeing if we selected anything. So we're going to make another variable saying with done and pending equals await async io dot wait, and then tasks and return when equals async io dot first completed. So basically what this is saying is we're going to await for the async io dot wait, and we're going to run tasks. So we're going to wait for either of these tasks. This function is going to return a value when the first task is completed. So if you click the button first, then it's going to return. If you click the drop-down menu first, then it's going to return. But it's going to return when the first one is completed. Then we're going to say done and pending are both assigned to this, where its return statement basically returns multiple variables. So the first variables that they return is whatever is completed, like the completed tasks, and then everything else is returned separately. So we're going to say whatever the completed task is done, and whatever the waiting tasks are still pending. So then once we're done with this, we can say finished, and we're going to equals list and done and 0. So we're just going to take the 0th term, or the first term in the array that is returned for done. And it might only just be one value. It normally will only just be one value, but just in case, we're going to say one thing in total will be finished. So then we are going to say for task in pending, try task dot cancel and parentheses, and then accept, and in this accept statement we're going to do async io dot canceled error, and we're going to say pass. So basically what this is saying is we're going to take all of the still pending tasks and we're just going to cancel them. We're going to turn them all off. And if it doesn't work out, then we're just going to say, oh, it's already canceled, and we're going to end it there. So then outside of this, we're going to say if finished equals none. So basically if nothing is finished, we are going to say search results dot title equals search failed, and we're going to say search results dot description equals just an empty string, and then we're going to await message dot delete, and we're going to await await ctx dot send embed equals search results. So basically we're just taking the embed from right here. So we're taking the search results embed and we're just editing it so that we're saying search failed, and we're cutting out the description, and then we're deleting the message that was just sent. So message equals await. So we're deleting that message, and then we're sending a new message saying search results, the new one, which is that search failed. And that's basically just saying if nothing finished. Once we're done with that, we're just going to return. So then we're going to say action equals finished, finished dot get name. So remember, that is the name that we had up here. So we're basically saying the action is if it's a button or if it's a select. If action equals button, then we're going to go down here and do whatever the cancel button did. So it's right up here. It's the same code as there. We're just going to cancel. So search results equals search failed, search results dot description equals nothing, message dot delete, embed equals search results. Then we're going to say elif action equals select. Then we're going to do whatever we want to do for the select option. And this is a bit of a long code. So we're going to say result equals finished dot result. And this is basically just whichever option they selected. And chosen index equals int result dot values at 0. So we're taking the result of the drop down menu, and we're saying that the index is whatever the index of the value was at 0. Then we are going to say song ref equals self dot extract yt song tokens at the chosen index. So again, we're just doing this function that we did up here already, extract yt, and we're putting in the chosen index of the song into this. Take all of the song tokens at the index of whatever was chosen. We're going to take that token and extract the YouTube information from it. Then we're going to say if type song ref equals type true, we're going to await ctx.send could not download the song, incorrect format, try different keywords. And then we're just going to return after this. So this is basically just saying, remember, if it fails, then it returns false. So we're checking if they're both Booleans, so type of true would equal the type of false, because they're both Booleans. So if the song fails, then we're just going to say it failed and then return. Then we're going to say embed response equals discord.embed, and then we're going to have the title equals, we're going to format the quotes, option number, and in these curly braces, we're just going to say chosen index plus 1. And then outside of here, we're going to say selected. So option number 5 selected, etc. And then we're going to say the description equals, we're going to format the quotes again, and we're going to do another link right here. So brackets and parentheses, and we're going to put curly braces in, and we're going to say song ref at title. So the title of the song ref, curly braces, song ref at link. Boom. So then we have the title and the link, and then we're saying added to the queue with an exclamation mark. So we're just putting in a link right here, title, and then the link that it forwards to, added to the queue. And then comma enter, and we're saying color equals self.embed red, because again, we're adding the song. So embed response dot set thumbnail, and we're going to say URL equals song ref at thumbnail. And remember, this song ref is up here. So we have link, thumbnail, source, and title to work with. The thumbnail is just the thumbnail of the video. Dot set thumbnail, and then we're going to await message dot delete, right? Delete right here. And then we're going to await ctx dot send embed equals embed response. And then we're going to say self dot music queue at ctx dot guild dot id. Remember, that's the server ID. Dot append, and then we're gonna put in the song ref and user channel. And then for this entire statement, so remember all of this was in a try statement, then we're gonna do except, then we're just gonna say the same thing as if it was canceled. So we're just gonna say up here, we're gonna paste that in, and search results.title equals search failed, search results.description equals nothing. We're going to delete the original message, and then we're going to say send this new search failed message. So that is our entire search command. So now if we save our main.py, then we can go to main.py and run it. And then if we open Discord here, I should be able to say, first off, we're just going to do search. You must specify terms to use this command. What if I say search hello world? You must be connected to a voice channel. Okay, good. So then what if I say search hello world, fetching search results, and then we have our entire thing. Oh, I know what went wrong. So in the for I and token in song tokens, at the end of the embed text, we actually want to do /n for every line, because /n basically does a new line, so that will help us with formatting. So now that we have that, we can save it and go back into Discord. And then if I say search hello world, it should fetch the search results. And then, yes, there we go. So now we have new lines for every search result. Then if I say search non-copyright, then fetching search results. Okay, let's select, why not number 2? And then it says option number 2 selected, and this is added to the queue. So now if we say play, Gerald should join, and now we're playing our non-copyright music. Awesome! So now we made a search command. So now we can search for anything we want. So search, I don't know, AJR. And then all of these a bunch of these songs come up, and we can do number 8. Bring this up. So there's our search command. And now we can completely search for anything we want in Discord. So up next, I think, are some pretty simple commands. So we have, we get to remove the song from the last song in the queue. We can list whatever's in the queue. We can do skip and previous, all of that fun stuff. So yeah, thanks for watching. See you in a bit.